Hello, welcome back.
Okay.
You need to explain.
You just made some joke and made production laugh, so when they're counting us down.
Wasn't great. Welcome back to the ASUS ROG DreamLeague. We're back, of course, from the DreamHack Monster Energy Studios.
You shouldn't use all the good jokes when you're off camera.
We were talking about shirts, basically.
Yeah.
And
I have a hole in my shirt.
But because he covers it,
exactly,
doesn't matter.
Six strat like that.
Yeah, so then Shiver said I should cut the white out of my t-shirt and nobody had noticed. I think they'd notice.
No.
No?
No.
Actually, do we have it? Jesus.
Maybe you already
you
cut
could
it out.
topless stream like that, you know? Pretend it's a white shirt.
Yeah.
Just have something over the nipples.
No, this is just like, I'm actually not wearing a top right now, but they have to like put it on in production because otherwise the stream will get banned.
Yeah. Sick.
Maybe
Well,
it's a tattoo.
in this case, not your stream.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
whatever.
someone else.
So we just saw Alliance for the third time today lose, this time against Ninjas in Pajamas, who were looking very strong. And I think, as Waga said before already, when you're facing the heroes in this case, that you know best,
Yeah.
you also normally know how to deal with them. So in this case, IO Tiny, Ninjas in Pajamas knew how to deal with it.
I mean, it looked like that a lot, but I also want to say there were some weird picks from Alliance. Like, they definitely didn't go back and like, oh, we had some tough games. Let's go back to something we know and like comfort. It was more like, let's go more YOLO. Like Pycat, you're playing Sand King, and like
Bulldog, you're playing Air Shaker.
Yeah, like, it was strange. I'm gonna say, like having Shaker and Sand King in the same team, and then support Leshrac on top of it. I felt like it was really, you know, weird.
I guess what they were, you know, they're trying to rely on the Sand King and the Archer to set up the relocate gangs for Tiny and Wisp.
But the two of them were farming for Blink Daggers, and both were so far away for it for so long.
17 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. They were on the same gold
amount of farm. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So if you just have one of them farm up for more, like a Sand King that had to run away, run around so much, and I don't know. He did create a lot of space. I'm not saying the Pycat played the Sand King incorrectly or whatever, but like,
Would you say outdraft?
they were just. Yeah, I think the draft just doesn't work that well. I think NiP had a great draft against it. Tidehunter is a hard counter to Tiny by the fact that you're hard to kill. You also have the Anchor Smash, which removes a lot of damage, plenty of damage from Tiny, and we saw it in team fights as well. He just didn't hit impressively. Yeah. Like Gyro was being punched by Tiny. Tiny hits like 3 times, and then he's like, actually I have to run away from this. Like, I can't kill you. Yeah. When you're a Tiny and you can't even kill the enemy Gyrocopter and melee, then like you're not gonna win that game. You need to split push so much that, you know, sooner or later you get caught out. And
that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, when they died finally with 60-second death time, it didn't matter so much when he was dead for like 30, but later in the game you're dead for so long, die once. And
you could see how Alliance were worried about the Tide as well, because they like committed like 4 people to kill him in mid, and it took them like, you know, 8 seconds or something.
Tons of resources invested in killing a Tide, and Tide doesn't care much about dying anyway. Like, he was like, okay, I died. I'll just TP back to a lane. They are low from using all their resources. We know exactly where they are. My team is free farming. Like, everything is good.
What they like is NiP as well. They grouped up so early, and they dewarded their jungle, so Era could just farm away while the 4 of them pushed top.
And it seemed like Alliance got really desperate. Like, they jumped bottom on a Viper that was really close to his tier 2 tower. They jump in an Echo Slam to hold him in place. Like, that's such an all-in commitment. And they went with everyone there.
That's the clip I picked. Don't spoil it.
Okay, we might see it in the future. You know, like.
Well, you know, we're going to see right now. So it's time for the drawing board with a clip with an Air Shaker and a Sand King. Not a Sand King, a Viper. There you go. And an Echo Slam.
And Sand King's in it too. Welcome to the drawing board. So the clip I've selected, thank you for spoiling it, Wagon, is when they try to relocate on top of Viper. Let's have a look here. Okay. Soon. All right, let's play it and see what... Okay, so first of all, Pycat's doing his Pycat thing in the bottom lane. Kind of just instantly Echo Slam, trying to lock him down. But look how little damage. He has
Epicenter coming
the casual cloak.
The casual cloak. He has 54%
Hand of God still coming through just in case.
Okay, so now... Watch Pycat in this fight. He doesn't actually use Burrow Strike at all, which kind of confused me. Maybe they didn't want to overlap stuns.
Yeah, but then none of them stunned for so long.
Yeah,
like
it was. And then what happens here? They're like, okay, Pycat's like, screw this, I'm out. And then they decide, okay, maybe we have to fight. It's kind of just confusion.
he should actually just have stunned
Right,
there, but that's
turns
easy
around.
to say in retrospect.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can understand why he wouldn't stun.
You can see him moving in and out. Like there's confusion.
Oh, well, everyone knows. Like, it's not
Look at
like
the
they
dance he's
went
doing.
on Viper and like, this is the best idea ever. It's more like, can we actually go on Viper and get away with that? Is that gonna work?
Yeah.
Like, they're already questioning themselves in this team fight before it happens. This Ravage is beautiful.
I mean, this is 26 minutes in.
Yeah.
At this point, was this already too late, you think?
Well, they were already losing really hard, like, for sure. But it's never too late. If you have a Tiny and you manage to just pull the game out, don't die, don't feed, and just, like, keep the game alive. Don't get raxed. And even if you do get raxed on one lane, as long as you don't get, 2 lanes down or something like that, you can still recover a game. I mean, I've seen Tinys win against Megas and stuff like that. It's possible. And they held pretty well. The Sanking created tons of space, but they just didn't have the great heroes for it.
Before you go off to the draft, I have one question for you. Came in via Twitter. Why is Shadow Shaman not picked more often?
Oof. There.
Answer in 4 seconds.
Okay, Gyrocopter. I'm gonna say that he dies to aggressive carries, and I don't think he's very safe to play. He's so slow against Gyro being so popular.
And then Lion is the better option.
Yeah, feels like Lion is just more reliable. Because Lion, you jump in, do your spells, and then you're out, and you don't die like fucking mad yesterday.
Yeah.
And that way you don't feed.
You're not
Rasta
standing
is
there
like,
grabbing
you
them.
jump in, you shackle after doing your Hex, Ether Shock, and your ulti, and then you stand there and you're like,
No, Gyro,
who will kill me? It's like, that's the question.
Okay. Well, there's a good answer, short answer, and a short answer is needed because we are already in the draft of our second game. It is Alliance taking on Ninjas in